Let's get to this story now. The Senzo Meyiwa Murder Trial continues today. It was postponed last week to allow defense lawyers to study documents containing evidence from a cell phone analyst who downloaded data from the cell phones of Bongani Ntanzi and Fisoguhle. They are accused number 2 and 5 in the murder trial of the football star. SABC News reporter Sipho Kekana joins us for an update. Sipho, a good morning to you. I think certainly over the past few weeks we have seen a lot of cell phone data really being looked at in the courtroom, right?
Yeah, correct, Naledi. So this morning, as we kickstart our proceedings here in court, we are expecting that Zandile Mshololo, that is advocate for accused number 5, will be concluding her cross-examination of Constable Sizwe Zungu. You recall that last week she was unable to conclude that cross-examination because she needed more time to study the information that is contained in a memory stick that was provided to the defense, or which was submitted in court by the state, together with about 700 pictures, which the defense we know today the four other defense counsels have already cross-examined Zungu on all of those. So what we heard now from Zandile Mshololo last week was that she needed more time to study the contents of that memory stick. So that memory stick, Naledi, contains information on the times that the pictures were taken and the possible locations as to where those pictures were taken. You recall this is very crucial because it comes on the back of Zungu's testimony, which placed all the 5 accused in Vosloorus, at a hostel in Vosloorus, on the day that Senzo Meyiwa was shot and killed. Now the defense from all the 5 accused, we understand, is that they have not, they were not partying at a hostel with Zungu. They were not in Vosloorus on that particular day. So we are expecting today, when court resumes, Zandile Mshololo will then have gone through that information on that particular memory stick, and then will cross-examine Zungu on that and conclude her cross-examination. That is expected to be a brief session, and then we should then perhaps move to what you mentioned earlier about the cell phone downloads. Now, this is crucial information that we understand was downloaded from the cell phones of accused number 2 and accused number 5. And you are right, we've heard a lot about cell phone downloads. Now these downloads, we understand that it is expected to shed more light on the whereabouts of accused number 2 and accused number 5 on the day that Senzo Meyiwa was shot and killed. And this is because the defense from the accused is that they were not there. They were not in Vosloorus on that day, as per Zungu's testimony that he had seen them at a hostel in Vosloorus. So we are expecting that the state will try to call a new witness, which is a cell phone expert, to come and testify on that. And I am using this word, Naledi, try to call this particular witness, because what we are expecting is a back and forth. The state, the defense, we are expecting that the defense is not going to take this lying down. They are going to fight against the calling of this particular witness. We are expecting that the defense will be bringing up applications to try and stop the calling of this particular witness, and if they ever call him to the stand, the defense will still try to challenge some of the evidence that he will be bringing to court with regard to, that there is a statement that he has deposed to that effect, which they needed more time to study. They are going to be challenging that. The downloads that he is expected to bring in court to shed more light on the whereabouts of accused number 2 and accused number 5, that too is expected to be challenged by the defense when court resumes this morning, Naledi.
Yeah, it is very difficult, Sipho, to ignore just the public interest in this story, right? I mean, and one of the big questions on social media and across the board in South Africa is, when are we going to see more of those who were inside the house on the day of Senzo Meyiwa's death taking the stand in court? I mean, any indication of when we're going to be seeing the continuation of that?
It is not yet clear, Naledi. Recall that we've already had Senzo's two friends, that is Tumelo Madala and Thokosi Zitwala, who have come to court to testify. We've already had Zandile Khumalo, who was also in that house on that day when Senzo Meyiwa was shot and killed. She has come to court and testify. But there were more people like Longwe Twala, who we understand was the first person to stand up immediately after the two alleged intruders entered the house and ran out of the house. We also know that there is Kelly Khumalo, who was in the house. We also know that there was her mother, Gladys Khumalo, who was also in the house. So those are the only people that have not been called at this stage is Longwe, Kelly Khumalo, and her mother, Gladys Khumalo. So, but at this stage, we do not know as to when will the state be calling all those. It would seem it is the strategy of the state at this stage, Naledi, not to be calling Kelly Khumalo. We understand that the first cell phone expert that came to court, that was Colonel Lambertus Stein. He painted a picture of a possible communication that could have taken place between accused number 5 and Kelly Khumalo. However, when the state was asked whether they would be calling Kelly Khumalo to come to court to testify on the content of those particular calls that were recorded to have happened from a cell phone registered under the name of Sipho Kekana, accused number 5, and a number that was registered under Kelly Khumalo at the time. What we heard from the state was that they have no intention whatsoever to be calling Kelly Khumalo. But we have it on good authority. In fact, the defense did say it in court that they will be bringing an application at a later stage to call Kelly Khumalo to come to court. At this stage, it is not clear when that is going to be. It is not clear whether the state will be calling Longwe Twala to court at any stage, but his name does appear on the witness list. Gladys Khumalo's name also appears on the witness list, but we have no indication at this stage as to when those two will also be called to court. Naledi.
Yeah, well, we are expecting, of course, proceedings to kick off just after 10 o'clock. And as usual, if we don't bring them live to you here on SABC News, we are, of course, streaming them on our YouTube page. That is SABC News. Thank you so much. That they are reporter Sipho Kekana.